Kevin? Kevin, yeah, Martha's here. She wants to give you a kiss.
Shut up, Ma. I'm with my friends.
Hi, Mrs. Krabappelwitz.
What are you doing down there that's so important?
Well, you see, to put it simply, Ma, it's time for Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk nerdy to me.
Oh, my.
Oh my, indeed. You are listening to Talking Nerdy, that nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk nerdy to me. This is your host, Frost, the king of Kauai, the sultan of Sugoi, and the master of Moe. And if you're wondering why I said something so weird, it's because we are joined for the first time in years by Bearman.
Like a year.
It has been longer, and actually, I don't think your mic is working, Bearman.
What?
Are you close enough to your mic?
Am I close?
I think your mic broke.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. It's terrible. How is it ever going to happen? Is it happening?
Is it happening?
What's happening?
I don't know, but Bearman's mic ain't working.
That's awful. What are we going to do without him?
I don't know, but he's here, and Scutty's here too. Yay!
Yay!
Bearman might just have to readjust his microphone a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, play with your mic a little bit.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right. We've got some technical difficulties. Scutty, why don't you tell us what we're going to talk about tonight? Because we have a lot of things, exciting things going on.
Yes, like, where exactly? I'm actually looking for a few things. I've been a bit neglectful in my duties of looking for news, unfortunately. But Reddit is usually a good source to look for such things, so that is where I am going to happen. Let's see here. I'm on Reddit. Gaming.
Oh, yes, the Reddit. So I actually have a bit of news, which I found out from some very good friends of ours.
Oh, yeah, that news. It slipped my mind. I'm sorry.
Hey, everybody, what's up? I'm here now. I'm here.
We basically had Bearman switch microphones. This is why you keep extra microphones on hand during special live streams like this.
We need at least 4.
We have 4.
We need 4 more.
And your microphone just... You gotta talk into the mic.
Well, we need 4 more.
Yeah, we do need 4 more.
Oh, man, I'm so good at this, you guys. Not one bit of rust.
Not one bit at all.
Not
he
one bit.
He touched the microphone and it fell apart, really. Anyway, the exciting
everywhere.
news is fairy tale pop figures. So they've already had Natsu, Lucy, and Happy out for a while, but apparently Urza, Gray, Wendy, and Carla got released, and I'm so excited. Like, you guys know that Fairy Tail's my favorite anime.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that before.
Really? Never? Not once?
No.
Really? That's exciting.
You should probably say it some more. Just in case.
Just a bit.
That's true. Hey, you know what else is exciting news?
Right.
You remember
What?
Orange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. That's awesome. He's as old as Zelda. Quite literally.
Jeez.
Yeah,
The
right?
character or the game?
The game. Well, yeah, yes.
The character, I believe, is significantly younger than the games are at this point.
Yes. Well, depending on the iteration, but yes.
Details.
From significantly to pretty young. It's pretty young.
I was gonna say because like Twilight Zelda Prince.
Twilight Princess Zelda's got to be in there.
Oh, no.
Oh man,
Your tongue is gone.
My
Where'd
tongue
it go?
is gone.
It's been too long, Bearman. You were hibernating far too long.
Yeah.
That can't be good for you.
All right, let me say. Let me try this again.
Yep.
Twilight Princess Zelda
There you go.
is at least in her 50s. I did the joke. I got it. You guys were tricked. You know it's cool.
Yeah. I'd actually put her more in her
like
early 20s.
Yeah, early to mid 20s.
Nah,
Yeah.
50s.
No.
Nah, 50s.
She could also be in her late teens in order to match up with Link's purported age.
Yes.
She's a
Yes,
very
it's true.
angry-looking teenager. Most teenagers are angry
I
looking.
mean, if
but
you were
she's
faced with Ganondorf busting down your door with shadow beings, actually it wasn't Ganondorf, it was Zant. So if you're faced with somebody sent by Ganondorf with shadow beings busting down your door, killing all your guards, I think you'd be pretty angry looking too.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think so. So anyway, Bearman, what have you been up to while you were hibernating?
Well, I mean, mostly sleep because that's what hibernation is. But
That's
sometimes I did get up to eat.
Any games you were playing?
All right. So,
Every good bear hibernates with a video game or two.
So
Yeah.
I've been playing a few things. Scutty and I got back into the Jax series, Jack and Daxter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
That was some fun. Jack 2.
Good
Wow.
game.
Yeah,
That driving didn't age well. That driving did not age well at all.
No.
you. This was like the first time you had seen Jack 2 and 3.
No,
wasn't
I've
it?
seen Jack 2 before. I played Jack 2 before. I remember the driving being difficult, but I always thought that was my fault.
No, it's just really, really bad.
Yeah.
It
Well, it's like the controls, the camera controls in Kingdom Hearts 1. Just
Yeah,
really
no.
bad.
No.
me and Scutty also went to try to do a 100% playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I still think that Kingdom Hearts 2 is like the better game, but Kingdom Hearts 1 has more memorable story.
You know what? I think I'm going to agree with that. The story in Kingdom Hearts 1 was definitely better. There's no question about that.
They threw in too many confusing things, I think, for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, the story was still at its simplest with 1.
But man, that gameplay just got refined
It did.
to the highest degree.
Have you seen the trailer for 3?
Yes.
Which one?
The newest one with Monsters, Inc. It's so good. Sora and Donald and Goofy turn into monsters. It's amazing.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, like, I saw the trailer. I was at home with my wife, and I was just like, wait a second, this isn't real, is it? Pressed it. Oh my God, it's real. It's amazing.
Oh.
I think I can try to see if I can find a picture of the Monster-fied version of the gang, but
It just search for Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, Monsters, Inc., and you're going to find it instantly. I mean, I assume
isn't
we all have
Goofy a
access to the
snail?
What?
Goofy becomes a snail?
He becomes something. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Sora becomes kind of weird looking.
He looks like a Heartless.
He does kind of look like a Heartless. Which
Well, I mean, that would be appropriate,
that is
right?
kind of appropriate.
Because, I mean, he was one for a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just enough to matter.
Just enough to matter, but it wasn't exactly his fault.
Well, it totally was, though.
A little bit.
He literally did that to himself.
He did
Yeah.
it for the right reasons, though.
Yeah.
So, like, it was an unintended side effect.
And can I just say, just that moment in general, it still makes me cry.
Of course.
I know what's going to happen, and I know everything's going to be okay, but it's still, Jesus, the music and the drama and the slow-mo and
Yep, of course.
it's
And this heart goes up into the air.
come back. Wait, let me try to.
Shower.
Oh,
Come back, shower.
oh God! I really did. Oh,
Oh,
That's my best Donald Duck.
that one was
Rip
rough. I'm not gonna lie.
headphones?
Okay, so he looks.
I don't know.
Sora looks kind of like if you mash together Voodoo Vince, a maple leaf, and some kind of fish.
What?
Yeah.
Show me that.
Yeah, no, he's
Oh,
not wrong.
Yeah, that seems about accurate to me.
I'm just surprised that anyone remembered Voodoo Vince.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm just kind of going along with it.
It was like a game where you played a voodoo doll, and he was like a wisecracking voodoo doll, and he could take a lot of damage, and that was the gimmick.
Because he's a voodoo doll.
Because he's a
Pretty
voodoo
much.
doll.
That's basically.
Well, now I have to look this up.
Voodoo Vince.
Yeah, I need to know more.
Supposedly we're getting a remaster of it. It's like, gosh,
really?
it's like one of the first games I ever rented way back when I
Who
was.
remembers renting games? I mean, like, that's a thing of the past at this point.
Guess what?
What?
It's not.
Really?
Yeah. Not only do some game streaming services like PSN or Steam offer the ability to rent,
Yeah.
but in some places in America where the Wi-Fi is bad enough, movie stores are still around. I kid you
Awesome.
not.
I love movie stores.
That's
I love
actually
video
really
stores.
nice.
Like, it was so sad when, like, Netflix and stuff put them out of business.
There are 10 Blockbusters in Alaska and apparently a bunch of family videos in Illinois.
Really? Huh. That's pretty awesome. Like, yeah, I'm happy that it's surviving because that was a whole experience. Up until, I'd want to say a couple of years ago, actually, there was a locally owned video store where I live, and it was so great. Like, they didn't have games or anything like that, but they had a huge selection of films, like things you couldn't find on Netflix, things you couldn't find, on Amazon and stuff like that, and it was great. But unfortunately, their landlord raised the rent too high or something like that, and they screwed them over out of their lease.
That's always the way it goes.
I
isn't
know,
it?
right? But they were doing pretty good business. People were going to them, and I wouldn't blame them. They're really, really good. But yeah, renting games.
I think the last game I rented, or at least the last one I rented to my memory, was a Toy Story 2 video game where you played as Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I remember renting.
It was for the N64.
Yeah, I remember renting N64 games. As soon as discs came out, though, I was really wary.
Oh no! I also rented
renting
the last of the trilogy of that new Spyro story.
Speaking of which, that reminds me, Spyro is getting HD re-release.
Is it?
Yay!
They have Skylanders now. Why do they ever need anything else?
They
Spyro?
just
To remind people that Spyro is not crap.
Yeah,
Like
Spyro used to be a majestic little dragon.
Yeah, he was adorable and
he had attitude. Dang it!
He
Yeah.
did. And like I remember there was one that they put out for the GameCube and it was not really well received.
Yeah.
Spyro Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Enter the Dragonfly.
Enter the Dragonfly. My
Yep.
bad.
And it was a good game.
It was
I
good.
thoroughly enjoyed that game.
I have it for the GameCube and for the PS2.
Yeah, it was
The
a good
PS2
game.
version is better, but the actual final confrontation with Ripto was really confusing.
Yeah.
It's-
Again, it was probably rushed a bit,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And then they made Skylanders and really have never looked back because little kids are obsessed with the little Skylanders.
Yeah, and Spyro.
They dropped the
like,
Spyro from Skylanders.
Did
Yeah.
they really?
Yeah, Spyro doesn't exist there anymore.
Well, maybe that's why they're bringing him back, because Spyro's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I will stand by that.
All right. Stand by it then. Who's better? Spyro or Fairy Tale? Yeah.
Fairy Tale.
Choose.
Fairy
Okay.
Tale. I'm going to say that.
Jesus. Why are you trying to make some artificial conflict?
We got it's what goes well on YouTube nowadays, man. We got to have beef. We got to have diss tracks on each other.
So here's the funniest story. I was sitting in class the other day, and a friend of mine shows me a post on Facebook, and it's like correlation and causation don't always agree because, as many
Well,
of
yeah,
you will know,
correlation does not equate to
does
causation.
not equal. Yeah, exactly, never. And it said rate of divorce in Maine and consumption of margarine, and they followed the exact curve downward. And I was just like,
I'm pretty sure those have nothing to do with
no,
each
but
other.
they do, because margarine is terrible and terrible for you. So as soon as people stopped eating margarine and ate real butter, they're like, man, this is great.
I don't want to get divorced anymore.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's amazing.
I can be happy now.
I am not a sad panda because I have to eat oil and fat instead of actual butter.
This butter fills the cracks in my marriage.
And you know what? I can believe this is butter, but the other stuff I really couldn't believe it wasn't.
I couldn't either.
Yeah, that
I
was
believe
terrible.
I saw this meme somewhere once. It was like the varying the stages of grief explained in not butters.
Yep. Oh, yes. You know, was Mrs. Butterworth on there? Please tell me she was.
No,
Because that's like the final stage. It's just, you know
not-
what? Not even thinking about butter anymore. It's just pancake syrup. And yes, pancake syrup is different than maple syrup. And I will not have anybody tell me otherwise.
Oh, it was using not butters to describe the 5 stages of grief.
Oh, wait. I have seen that one. It's great.
I have it in front of me right now.
I love memes like
Just
this.
denial. I can't believe it's not butter.
Yep.
Anger. What? Not butter? Bargaining. Could it be butter? Please let it be butter. Depression. This is not butter.
Uh-huh.
And then acceptance is just margarine.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah, we all love a good meme, but none more than Bearman, isn't that right?
You know, I found out that I was just a drop in the ocean of memes.
Really?
Reddit has a dedicated meme economy. I figured that out during my hiatus.
Really? A dedicated meme economy?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Pepes aren't worth nothing anymore, even if they're rare.
Yeah. Well, Pepe.
Pepes.
Yeah, Pepe.
Well, they were appropriated by some non
By not nice people.
Yeah, but even then they weren't rare anymore.
That's true. So what's worth more? What's the
You
most?
gotta consult the meme economy.
My
true.
personal favorite are the Connect 4 memes.
Oh, those are some good
Those
memes.
are pretty good.
I love them. I love them so much.
So you guys remember the meme where it was the shower meme
Yes.
I miss that meme.
That was
Yeah,
good.
just-
that was
very
fun.
good.
How does blank take a shower?
Yeah. My favorite was, and I posted this to the DJ Frost at WLMC Facebook page.
It was the
which
should all
nerd,
like it.
It was nerd shower,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was totally. You should all follow that, by the way, DJ Frost at WLMC on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter at DJ Frost WLMC, because I'm a social media baiter of Doom.
He's a total mogul, guys.
Oh yeah,
You have no idea.
I have 34 followers. I'm super high up there, guys.
Yeah, we got stock options and
Yeah,
and
totally. Totally stock options.
We got totally stock options. We got.
we have stock with Apple.
Oh God, I'm
No,
so
we don't.
bad
We
at
have
this
no
right
stock.
now.
No. Anyway, my point was, it was how to nerd shower, just like everyone else. Silly. You make sure the water's hot, and then roll for initiative.
Yeah.
That's true though. That's how we shower every time.
I
We
enjoyed-
gotta make sure. So when you live with somebody, you better roll initiative for shower, because if you roll last, you might not get hot water.
In this case, rolling for initiative is pretty much just calling dibs.
Or you could roll d20s and be cool.
Now, what I wonder is that does the shower automatically go first? What happens if you're living alone and you roll for initiative and fail?
And the
Well-
shower gets to go first.
Then the shower runs for a little while without you in it.
Well,
Yep.
Well,
what
that's
happens-
just to make it warm up.
No. It just gets to run after it's warm for a while.
Ah.
Yeah. See, showers don't have a very high initiative bonus. It's in the negatives, actually. Their dexterity is all but non-existent. So, if
What if
you're
it's-
rolling worse than a shower...
But what if
you
it's
got
one of
issues.
those showers that has the detachable head with the hose attached to it?
Oh, yeah.
That would add dexterity, wouldn't it?
But it's still stationary. It doesn't move. Yeah. So,
This is a weird conversation.
You've
I've
missed a
missed
lot.
this.
Well, now
I've missed this.
now you've called it out, and the magic is gone.
No, the magic's
so
only
how about them
beginnings.
sports balls, huh?
Well,
What is a sports?
we could talk about, because I actually checked out the Super Bowl.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
We joked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 10 minutes. Maybe.
I just want to talk about how that there was 30 minutes of dead air.
Was there really?
There
Where
was just
nothing?
just a black screen.
Seriously?
I thought that was just 30 seconds.
Why did I say 30 minutes?
Yeah,
oh,
but
I was
I
gonna be
remember
30 minutes.
Oh,
my.
I was there with you when that happened, and the screen was just black for 30 seconds.
And then we're like, oh my gosh.
yeah. Supposedly it was there was supposed to be an advertisement there.
Somebody wasted their $500,000.
Oh, way more than that.
It's
Apparently,
millions.
it cost $7 million to fill that slot.
Yep.
Well, somebody wasted their money.
Yeah,
They wasted $7 million.
So they
that's-
sent the blank screen instead.
Oh,
of-
that's pretty rough.
That's awful.
We don't even know who did it because the commercial didn't air.
Yeah.
Just rip.
And I bet you the people know who it was. It's our commercial didn't air. Oh gosh.
Now, are you entitled to money back on that? What's the policy with commercials?
It depends on what the error was. If it's that they sent the wrong thing, that's what happens. Otherwise, it's on the network, and the network gets really, really messed up. Because oh my gosh, you didn't air our $7 million ad. We'll be taking our money and a little more.
Right.
That's big.
That seems fair,
That,
honestly.
I think the most sports fans watch the Super Bowl. It's the most watched event on TV, I think.
It got lower in the ratings this year.
No,
Yeah, people are not watching as much.
I'm not surprised. There's stuff to do and
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly, I
nerd
think,
things to do.
I mostly think it's mostly because of commercials.
The commercials were already pre-aired, weren't they? A lot of times they'll post the commercials before the Super Bowl, and that takes the magic out of it.
Because I was watching it, and I was like, hey, yeah, this is really cool, but the commercials are coming on every 5 minutes, and they're not always golden commercials.
Yeah,
So
unlike the
that's
Peter
terrible.
Dinklage.
That Peter Dinklage commercial was awesome. It was just-
We're
I didn't
trying to
actually
push.
watch
We're
any
trying
of
to
the
push for Peter Dinklage to be cast as the devil in some movie.
anything.
Anything?
It was just Peter Dinklage rapping, and he was really good at voice lip syncing.
That's
and
awesome.
and the room was slowly catching on fire as he went through it.
I just looked at Scutty and said, Peter Dinklage should play the devil.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the movie is. He just needs to play
And
the
guys-
devil as something.
Bryan Cranston should be Godzilla.
Bryan Cranston should have been Godzilla.
He really should have been.
What?
Just cooking irradiated.
What's the logic there?
I don't know. We talked about it a year ago.
Yeah, it was we were very, very tired.
And somehow Bryan Cranston being Godzilla came up.
Yeah.
And you know what? It still stands. It really does.
It does. I think it would be a smart casting choice. I think Godzilla should really hand the reins over to Bryan Cranston.
I think so. It really should.
I mean, Godzilla's been getting up in the years. He's been around for what, like
thousands?
70? He's been acting for 70 years.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But he's been alive for several million.
Right, but he's getting up there in age. He doesn't seem like he's having fun with it anymore.
I mean, he's just so done with it all. I mean, he's blowing up the sets, blowing up the cities.
I mean, you saw the new one, the anime one. We watched that.
That was so bad. That was bad.
The people bits were all pretty bad. Like it had a good premise, I think.
Yeah, Godzilla and monsters take over the planet. We have to leave.
Yeah, and then
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good sci-fi movie start.
But then, like, things are really desperate in space, and a new planet has not been found forever. So there's really no option but to try and go back and reclaim it.
So like WALL-E.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
WALL-E, only with Godzilla.
Here's an interesting fact: kaiju. The Godzilla is a kaiju.
Yes.
It means strange monster.
Just strange monster.
Just strange monster.
Not necessarily a big one.
Nope, just strange monster, and it's now its own genre of film.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
stuff like
Lord knows
Godzilla,
Japan is full of strange monsters.
Yes.
You've
Speaking
seen
of
that
which-
pictures of that hopping umbrella thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I forget what it's called, but there's just a very highly there's a lot of really highly specific demons and ghosts.
Oh, those are kami
yeah.
and stuff. They're not kaiju.
No, but they're strange, and they certainly
sure,
seem
for
monstrous to me.
Speaking of kaiju,
Particularly that one thing with the eye in its butt.
oh, I actually know about that thing. Apparently, it doesn't actually hurt you. It's just like, hey, check this out.
Yeah. A lot of the kami and the spirits don't actually hurt. They're just tricksters or things like that. You know, they're not necessarily harmful, but
Still, just imagine being chased around your house by an umbrella that has a single foot and a face.
yep. No, I can. It's pretty hilarious.
So
I'd just be walking normal speed. Come back here. I'm hopping after you. I'll catch you later.
what I
You
wanted,
try to take a shower and it jumps in with you and it's like, haha, I am menacing you by not allowing you to shower.
one thing I wanted to talk about, speaking about kaiju, though, is Pacific Rim 2. That's coming out.
Is it now?
And I'm very, very interested in seeing that. Now, I wanted Pacific Rim to take, like, kind of a different route.
Pacific Rim is a kaiju movie, by the way.
It is. I don't know if anyone's seen the first one, but it's golden. I super recommend it. If you grew up watching
giant
Gundam,
fighting robots,
fighting
beating up
monsters. Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of good.
Yeah, it really good. Plot, it's fairly standard plot, but in terms of visual effects, like 20 out of 5, great. Go see it.
Yep.
Sequel's coming out.
I've heard a few murmurs about it, and it seems like it's really good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not really sure what they're going for with it, but it has the same look. A little bit brighter now, though. So it's like neon in a blue sky instead of like raining neon. Could be interesting. Interesting.
I mean, I can't wait to see, what comes out of that, and hopefully it's just as good as the first one, because sequels, they tend to lose something.
Well, John Boya, I believe that's his last name. I'm sorry, YouTube, if I butchered it, but he apparently took a major pay cut so this movie could be released.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So they were losing funding for it for some reason?
I believe that's what it was. He pretty much produced it himself because he liked the first one a lot.
Huh. Interesting. Well,
Also, I guess in other kaiju related stuff,
Okay.
Cloverfield Paradox.
It dropped. It's a movie that sequel to the newer Cloverfield thing that
that
happened.
horror movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
with that found footage horror movie with monster butt and
Yeah, Monster Butt.
Monster Butt?
yeah, lots of monster butt. And it dropped during the immediately after the Super Bowl ended.
Yeah, they advertised it during the Super Bowl, and then somebody checked on Netflix because it said it'll be available on Netflix because everyone was like, I thought this was getting a theatrical release.
Yep. Nope.
And then on Netflix it said check right after the game and it'll be here.
And they held up their promise.
Yeah, and it wasn't good.
Not good at all?
No,
That's why it didn't get a theatrical release.
yeah, oh.
There's
boy. Not good at all.
We haven't seen it, but the reviews are really not great.
I think I'm going to check it out myself, but I'm not super familiar with the Cloverfield movies. I thought the first one, I saw a bit of the first one, got really bored, actually. I wanted to see more kaiju. And then there were just smaller kaiju.
Yeah.
I like, mega-sized kaiju, like Godzilla, Max.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of movie releases, somebody just pointed out that the Black Panther movie comes out tonight, I think?
I don't know if
midnight?
it's tonight. It's tomorrow, I think.
Well, tomorrow, but midnight.
It's one of these days very, very soon.
I believe it. Tonight at midnight would be tomorrow, so technically tomorrow at midnight.
I'm super looking forward to that.
It looks really good.
T'Challa is terrifying. He is...
Right?
Like, in the comics, he
is really skilled.
Yeah, you don't mess with him.
You don't mess with the Black Panther.
No.
You just don't.
No.
Just don't do it. I love the actor. The actor looks really, it looks the part, acts the part, is perfect for the part.
I agree.
I mean, I really enjoyed him in Civil War. He was in Civil War, I believe.
Yeah, he playing the same role. I don't think he got as much action as he will in this one, though.
I mean, this is about him.
Yeah.
So I would assume so.
I think there could have been more fighting in Civil War, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you have everyone there. You have Black Panther, you have Spider-Man, you have Captain America.
Done more.
Yeah.
I didn't actually care for the Civil War movie. I thought it kind of fell flat and it was just kind of meh.
Well, it was like an hour and a half about arguing political stance while Thanos tries to find the other infinity stones.
Yeah.
And then the last 30 minutes is like a really epic battle. That movie could have had a bunch of battles sliced in, and it would have been really good.
It would have been better. It would have been better. I still think it all kind of fell flat. Yeah,
I'm wondering, though, what's the next indie movie after... Not indie movie, but the next independent superhero movie after this. I know Ant-Man and the Wasp are coming out.
That looks really good. Is Paul Rudd still being Ant-Man?
Yeah.
I assume? Okay. I like Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man is the movie that I keep forgetting exists, but every time I remember it does, I get really happy.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, Deadpool 2 is coming out in May.
Yes.
And that I am super excited for.
The beginning of the X-Force. And it also...
Is it the beginning of the X-Force?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great to confirm that Marvel Cinematic Universe now owns the rights to the Fox brand.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, it does.
We could potentially have Deadpool in
an X-Men movie or in a anything movie.
Deadpool could show up. I pitched an idea to you for having Deadpool in the Netflix series for either Daredevil or Punisher.
Yeah, he would fit better in Punisher.
I think,
because the Punisher gets really dark. Deadpool would be that comic relief that you need.
Yeah.
That's what Deadpool is. So, Deadpool could literally show up for 5 seconds in a film and change the film into a better film. Because for whatever reason, Deadpool's chasing some person in some car crash and goes through balls to the wall, just craziness.
Crazy action.
And then it just interrupts the film, but everybody just can't help but laugh because it's Deadpool, and that's the entire point.
Yeah.
Also, they could have Deadpool join the Avengers like he did for a while.
I think that'd be fun.
I think that'd be really, really fun.
But he operates... I mean, honestly, fitting the Deadpool movie into a continuity, into the Marvel Cinematic Universe continuity, wouldn't be that big of a deal. It wouldn't be very big of a challenge.
The way they wrote the film, the first film, was so anywhere USA, any city USA anyway, that I think that they would have no problem plugging it into wherever, whenever, you know?
Yeah.
I think that, and I don't know what they're going to do with Deadpool 2, but I'm hoping that it's just as good as the trailer.
Now, yeah, the trailer
was amazing.
It looks bigger budget. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but at the end of Deadpool 1, no spoilers, by the way, don't worry about it, guys. But the fight takes place on a wrecked helicarrier.
It takes place on something like that, yeah.
Yeah. The helicarrier is typically shield related. So it was cool, really, really cool nod.
It was like, we could use this. Just saying. Marvel, come on, get on this.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see Deadpool's more mercenary aspect. It was fun seeing him go after.
But we have no idea what he's going to do in the second film. They haven't really released much about it. The trailer didn't really say much about the plot or anything like that.
If the X-Force is there, it's going to be big.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we know Cable is definitely confirmed.
We've seen Cable.
Yeah. I think they chose a really good actor for it, too.
He also plays Thanos.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That really is. But I wonder if they're going to continue having, what's her name? The woman who plays Inara in Firefly, who played the girlfriend.
Ooh, I love to see her in more things.
Well, I hope she's in the second movie.
According to IMDb, she is.
Is she?
According
that
to
makes me
IMDb.
happy. Because they introduced a really cool character with her. You know, a love interest that exists for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which is rare in the comics, if not.
It can be rare, yeah. Somebody that accepts him.
Yep.
But we have to see if that exception will last when he's Deadpool.
Yep. Oh my God. My wife just sent me a picture of Deadpool spraying Black Panther with a spray bottle saying "Bad Kitty."
Now there.
That is a great.
Yo, that fight.
I would love to see that fight.
I would love to see that too.
Black Panther would rip Deadpool apart and he'd pull himself back together, and Black Panther would be like, "What is this madness?" And Deadpool would just keep going.
Well, also, I mean, like, it'd be harder for Deadpool to get himself back together because, like, I believe Black Panther has access. Oh gosh.
Vibranium.
I'm not sure.
Vibranium.
Vibranium.
Whoa, Scutty!
I know, wow.
That you got one over
us.
me.
But
It's
Whoa.
vibranium.
Yeah.
Same alloy as Cap's shield. Captain America's shield.
It's
So-
a purer version, though.
Yeah, because that's in Wakanda is where they get it.
Yeah, it's like-
where it's from. Like, they have cities built out of this stuff.
I think it was estimated that T'Challa's wealth was $9 trillion.
Something ridiculous.
Because he has access to the whole thing.
Yep, well, he's the prince.
Yeah, and
This is no spoilers, by the way. This is just
yeah.
Black Panther's backstory. We do have a very strict spoiler policy here, but in this case, this isn't spoilers.
Right.
You could look on the wiki, I'm sure, and find this.
He has access to all this vibranium, and it's crazy because
Isn't his armor made out of it, too?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Deadpool could get through.
you can overload it. It's interesting. The armor operates in a really weird kind of place where it absorbs kinetic energy. So gunshots don't like...
So Deadpool's fighting style would actually work to his advantage in this case.
It might actually, because
spray
Deadpool's
and
very
pray
fast. It's very fast, too, so it's like multiple spray and pray, and if he has a teleporter belt, he's going to be doing it from multiple angles repeatedly.
If he has the teleporter belt, but it seems like they're not going with weird tech so far.
I think Deadpool 2 that's where it's going to get introduced.
Oh, right, because Cable has to be there.
Yeah.
And Cable's got all kinds of weird tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that, introduction of Cable, because you know it's going to be funny. You know Deadpool's going to say something or do something that's just completely off the charts. And B, they're going to become friends somehow. And C, the plot. The plot is a complete unknown right now.
We just have the trailer.
But the trailer is Deadpool being Bob Ross.
Yeah. Well, no, we have a new trailer.
We have a new trailer?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a new trailer that shows
amazing.
Cable's back, like getting introduced and everything.
That's amazing. I want
It's
to see this.
narrated by Deadpool.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
it?
Man, I can't believe we didn't talk
Ryan
about
Reynolds
this.
is amazing. I can't believe you didn't tell me about
I
this.
thought you knew.
Well, I don't go on, like, movie sites all that often, so I wouldn't have seen it necessarily.
It was like front page at YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
All right, I'll check it out after the
I'm
show.
going to have to. And then I'm going to post it on the DJ Frost at WMC Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah, at DJ
We have a
Frost.
Twitter?
Yeah, we have a Twitter. At DJ Frost WLMC.
and a fast book.
And a Facebook. But I'm switching more over to Twitter for reasons of mostly because people like to post various things. A lot of them tend to be inflammatory, and I just don't need that in my life.
We try to run a pretty, like, chill ship here.
Yeah,
You know?
so, I think, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, wait, the Black Panther's claws are made out of anti-metal?
I believe that's dependent on which suit of armor, because he does
yeah.
have multiple suits of armor,
That's
if I'm
true.
aware.
I think he has
Vibranium armor,
Vibranium.
most of it.
vibranium claws, because you can't beat that. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so again, Twitter, at DJ Frost WLMC. Follow me. I'd love you to. And if you haven't subscribed to the Talking Nerdy Facebook page, YouTube channel,
Yes.
I'm really... See,
We're all good at this game today.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But, like, this is no excuse, because last week I literally hadn't slept in 24 hours. This week I had plenty of sleep last night. And I think I did better last week at keeping things together.
We
Little
gotta stay
bit.
up all the time. That's how we keep the show fresh.
Apparently, yeah. No, we just gotta go crazy. We just have to go crazy. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Okay, so tell them about the Game of Thrones simulator.
There's
so
a Game of Thrones simulator.
well, yes and
oh, is it the thing you were talking about the other day, the Crusader Kings?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I have some of the reviews up here right now.
Mm-hmm. Are they talking nerdy friendly?
Well, this one is.
Okay.
Is a played as a Viking in the late 8th century. One of my more ambitious council members has decided it's time for me to leave this world. He begins a plot to assassinate me. The rest of my council advises me to righteously imprison him. Instead, I notice the poor guy is lonely and just wants to get married. Marry him off to another lonely girl in my court. She's happy. He's happy. I ask him kindly to end his plot to kill me. He agrees. I'm happy. Best feel-good simulator, 11 out of 10.
That's amazing.
Now, what's great about that is afterwards you're completely free to imprison them both.
That's amazing.
And do other horrible things to them.
Yeah, the game.
So it's basically kingdom politics?
yeah, it's
It's literally Game of Thrones simulator.
you can
Huh.
do pretty much
Only
anything.
with actual medieval Europe.
Okay.
Or anywhere else that you choose.
I mean, to my knowledge, you can actually rename your country, stuff like that.
Huh.
So you don't have to be Germany. You can be Blermany.
You can
Blarman.
be Waka Waka Flocka Flocka.
Flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
could do
land.
that.
I don't know. I was trying to come up with
Other
something.
reviews include
pretty bad. That was pretty
so bad.
other reviews include things like I bribed the Pope, murdered a whole family, including babies, was granted the title the Holy.
Well,
10 out of 10.
I mean, he did murder the Pope, so who else is left to claim the title?
I don't know.
you could become Pope. I know one story where a guy had a kid somewhere, and then this kid ended up becoming the Pope somehow.
You know what? More power to him. Like, yeah.
So I gotta actually check out this game though and play it.
I think that's right up your alley, though. That's like your kind of game.
Yeah, I really like strategy games like that offer super in depth. I want a really cool crime one, like playing gangster politics sort of thing. If anyone could recommend something, I'd love to hear about it. But
Well, the Godfather games were actually pretty good.
they were pretty good, but
were.
I mean, I want something like really in depth. Like I have to, I don't know, spy on my family members. Marry, find matches for them. Help
Yeah.
them out.
You could be the matchmaker.
I could.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
If anyone, like I said, if anyone has any ideas, make sure to comment it.
Dwarf
I'm
Fortress?
interested. Yo, Dwarf Fortress is actually right up this alley.
It is, though.
Yeah.
Dwarf Fortress?
Dwarf Fortress.
Ganondorf Fortress?
Yes.
Yes.
How cool would it be to play a game as Ganondorf and build the traps that
you
Link
always
has to
lose.
solve?
That's
You'd always
actually a
lose,
thing.
though. That's the,
Really?
Yeah, there are a few games where you can play as a dungeon master, so to speak, and
Yeah.
the object of the game is to make a dungeon so difficult,
They can't win.
that they have to come in and get traps so you can get more money to build up your dungeon.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, but it's more like a tower defense than
But
anything else.
there's some strategy elements.
Well, tower defenses are all strategy. If you put the thing in the wrong place, you're done.
I think, but going off of that, Crusader Kings 2 does have plenty of mods, like Steam community's pretty on that.
Mods
Really?
and-
That's exciting.
And DLC up the butt?
There's
free DLC?
No, it's
No,
not.
none of it is free.
And I will
Oh.
be the first to admit that the DLC policies are not great.
no.
Like,
no.
how not great are we talking?
Like,
Better than loot boxes, but worse than free content.
there's about, all right, $287 worth of DLC or so.
$287 of DLC.
Yeah.
But the initial base game is like $10 right now.
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I guess I gotta get that today.
Ah.
I guess I gotta get that today, man.
Yeah, no.
But yeah.
Well, get it. We've been
Yeah, it's
trying to think of
there's
games
actually
to stream.
there is actually a Steam sale right now celebrating the Year of the Dog.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I did see that. We've been always looking for games to stream on the Talking Nerdy YouTube channel. That's a good game for you to stream, Bearman.
I think you and I should stream it. You know why?
Why?
Because there's most likely a Zelda mod.
That's absolutely true. Oh yeah,
Oh,
L.A.
how
Noire.
come I'm not invited?
Oh, of course you're invited.
Bearman,
Wait.
L.A. Noire.
L.A.
Somebody
Noire.
commented L.A. Noire as a dark, detective-y, crime-solving thing.
See, I do like that game a lot. I had some difficulties with the gunplay and the driving.
I've heard
I'm
they
sure.
were improved on the Switch version, actually.
That is a plus.
Because they when they redo things, like the Switch kind of gets that little bit of benefit when they redo a game like Skyrim or L.A. Noire or Doom. Like, yeah, the graphics might be dumbed down a little bit to handle the Switch, but like you can literally take it anywhere, and they get a chance to update the controls.
Yeah.
Also, there's massive support for us to stream this Crusader Kings.
Yeah, that's great. I'm super pumped about that. But also, like, going back to LA Noire, it gets really depressing because you're not like, being like cool mob boss, like I'm manipulating it so crimes happen here so I can get more money. Instead, it's like I have to look into the darkest aspects of humanity and solve their crimes.
Yeah, that would be more appealing to somebody like me, I think.
Yeah, I think actually
Yeah.
you'd really love the game. We should
The
try
only
to pick it
problem
up.
is I'm not good at reading people even when they're not fake, especially so.
It's so bad.
It's
they're
bad.
like, it was the first time that they ever did anything like this. So if they're guilty, like, wait 10 seconds and their eyes will shift from side to side with a force of 1,000 suns. Like,
They have to make it at least
Does that
obvious for people to get it.
Does that happen even in late game? Because I heard in late game it's like they don't, like, even if they're lying, they're like they actually hide it.
I counted one guy who was able to,
Keep a straight face.
yeah, like,
When they were lying.
that's when I first played it.
But then you kind of learn and see the tells and whatnot.
It was, by that point, I mean, the game was almost over. So,
yes.
there wasn't really anything left to do.
Yeah,
The end of the game is just basically a massive
the
shootout.
stream chat is going wild with awesome games like The Wolf Among Us, Overlord 2.
I have Wolf Among Us. I never finished it.
Shout out to whoever mentioned Overlord, man, because like I was playing the first one, and man, that is fun. That
It's
is
such
right
a
up my
good
alley.
game.
It's like evil Pikmin. So Scutty, you might be interested in that.
Evil Pikmin.
It's
Yeah.
like you are the bad guy.
Oh, I have heard of that.
It's really good.
It's super fun. And it has a lot of the same gameplay ideas as Pikmin, where you have to collect imps in order to, raise up your army.
Except you don't have the really soul-crushing dark deadline.
Yeah.
No, it's
No. Overlord is more goofy a little bit, but it's still really good.
It's like,
it's cartoony.
we were having a discussion actually, because I'm a big fan of Fable, the first Fable game.
I like Fable a lot too. I think the
Yeah.
story is great.
I think that the first game was able to toe the line between medieval fantasy and humor like super well.
I agree.
Overlord is able to do humor, like more humor, and it's like so much. It does it so well. Like
Yeah.
kind of spoilers, I guess, but the game's old enough where
I think the game came out a decade or more ago.
one of the first bosses you fight is a hobbit. And he has gorged himself to the point where the only way he can attack you is by rolling around in hopes to crush you.
Yeah, no.
That definitely sounds like a few Pikmin villains.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Pikmin is a phenomenal series.
It is.
It really is.
Phenomenal counter one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wow,
I-
45 minutes in and only one phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Two.
Two now. But yeah, no, that's a bit low, but I'm trying not to overuse it. I think that
You said it literally today.
I know.
Like, we were at the store earlier and you were like, this is a phenomenal movie. And I'm like, there it is again.
Yeah.
I never picked it up until like Scutty pointed it out.
Yeah, she was counting it. And I was like, well, let's have a counter. And then we stopped with the counter because I stopped using it so much.
Well, I mean, I still whip it out every session.
That's true. And what are we at, 2 or 3?
Yeah, just two right
Okay.
now.
Well, Bearman said it once.
Yeah, but
But it doesn't count when he says it.
That's true.
I'm not important enough.
No, you're not.
That's harsh. You know what, Bearman? You're important to me.
Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
So much so that I named the episode title after you.
Yeah, I'm Bear
Return
Guy.
of the Bear Guy.
I'm Bear Guy.
Yeah, but
He's Bear Guy now.
Well, Bear Guy rhymes with Jedi, and I was kind of Return of the Jedi, Return of the Bear Guy. You know.
There was some Gundam thing mixed in there.
Oh, Bear Guy is actually they're adorable. Bear Guys. So the original Bear Guy was actually a joke. When Bandai was there was a marketing exec there, and they pranked him on his birthday by custom making a Bear Guy Gundam, basically. And it leaked. Somebody took a picture of it and leaked on the internet, and the internet went wild for it. And now there's like tons and tons and tons of variation on the bear guy. And they're super popular, and they're adorable. And if you know what I'm talking about, like, yeah.
All right.
They're amazing.
Okay.
So, yes, there is a Gundam reference in there, too. But it's not like... I think they might have made it into, like, the Build Fighters series of Gundam, but I don't think they're in the main, like, normal series.
Going back for a second, I do want to go further a bit on the Gundam topic, but going back for a second, so another RPG came out that I'm interested in.
Yeah?
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Haven't heard of it.
I'm not surprised because I completely forgot it existed until it came out recently, and it is the new hotness. Trademark Bearman. I'm going to trademark that.
The new hotness?
Yeah, it's the new hotness. And it's really interesting because it's supposedly supposed to be a completely realistic medieval time simulator. Like,
yeah, I'm
you
looking at it.
have to learn how to read. Like when somebody, I think, like I was reading a review on Reddit or something, and it was somebody stole a bunch of alchemy books in order to learn how to become a doctor, but then they realized that they couldn't read, so the books were useless.
Oh no,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
that is pretty bad.
And it has like pretty interesting other mechanics, like you need to sleep, you need to eat, and there will be like serious penalties if you don't. Like it won't just be like your character will pass out here. It'll be like your negotiation skills are off, you can't fight as well, stuff like that.
Okay, this is based in like reality kind of.
Yeah.
Bohemia, located in the heart of the Europe. I'm reading off their website, by the way. The region is rich in culture, silver, and sprawling castles. And basically, somebody dies and
Kidnapped.
What?
Kidnapped, I think.
The death of its beloved ruler, Emperor Charles IV, has plunged the kingdom into dark times. War, corruption, and discord are tearing the jewel of the Holy Roman Empire apart.
Yeah, so it takes place in kind of Germanic area. Scutty, that oh my.
I just pulled up the reviews on Steam, and the first review that, like, it's mostly positive right now, but literally the first review on the list is a negative.
Oh,
No, I'm going to take a guess and say that's because it's very difficult to run on the PC.
Actually, I don't believe that's the reason.
Really? Because I've heard like a lot of nightmare scenarios where it's like it just crashes PCs.
Well, I don't know if that's because it's on PC, but it is describing that there are a lot of physics glitching and quest resetting and failure to load saves.
I think it has a 20 gig patch. That on release day it had a 20 gig patch, I believe.
Okay,
that makes me considerably.
It seems like the game itself is probably really good, but
a 20 gig patch.
Okay,
I think that's
can
what
we
I
just
heard.
talk for a moment about day one patches and why they need to, and why do they have to exist?
They start the production of the game way before the release. Like the game is sent off, and then they do the playtesting. And when the playtesting comes out and they're like, oh my word, we have all these glitches, we got to fix these, then they start working on the patches. But it's too late because the discs are already in production. You can't stop it, toss them, and start again. That's a waste.
Okay, but see, the thing is, there's an easy fix for that.
Yeah.
It's to not even start making discs until the playtesting is done.
Very good point.
That's really hard with schedule pushing.
Yeah,
you got to remember that.
So then don't
Also
schedule
good
push.
Point. Also a
That's
good
not
point.
always in the developer's hands.
There's a lot of good points coming out here.
There are. I mean,
but then like at this point, it's common knowledge that that a lot of game companies, they don't actually like
care.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. But like
we're not talking about the developers as much as we're talking about the distributors and the publishers.
Like developers, they most developers obviously have a very real and obvious love for what they are doing and what they're creating.
I don't think you can look at this game and say that the people who made it didn't love their idea.
No, they loved it. No. It's just that
the problem
a lot
is,
of times
the
scheduling.
And that's done by the people in charge, and the people in charge a lot of the time these days don't actually know how long the game making process can take.
It's not, unfortunately, always that way.
And then the thing is, when this stuff happens, and then there have been a lot of incidents where all kinds of backlash has happened because a game is released in a really crappy state.
Well, look what happened to Final Fantasy 15. It was pushed out by Sony, not by Square. They forced them to release it earlier than they needed to.
No.
And Square was like, look, we need more time on this.
Yeah,
and that's why the patches came out day one, and it was a mess.
The interesting thing about Final Fantasy 15 is that it managed to buck the trend almost, because it was basically in a finished state. Almost. It, like, you could tell that there was a lot more that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just picked it up recently, and I could say that it has a lot going for it, but you can just look at it and see there's a lot of empty space.
But there's a lot of other games that suffer from the same problems and unfortunately don't have the luxury of that kind of love behind them.
Yeah.
And it gets worse, too, because then the studios will gut the developers.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, well, you didn't sell 8 million copies, so... This just happened with the Mafia 3 developers. I was a pretty big fan of that game, but
and then
the developers just recently laid off, majority of the studio.
That's stupid.
There are... And you know how many copies that game shipped?
How many?
4.5 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a very successful game.
But the thing is, all of the layoffs, the bad reviews, the bad press, all of it could be stopped if more time was allowed for the development.
It's really tough. But remember what happened in No Man's Sky? They pushed that back. They pushed it back.
They also
pushed it
just
back.
lied.
Yeah, they lied too.
That thing was never meant to be a game. That was just supposed to be a tech demonstration.
Right. They pushed it back. They pushed it back. They pushed it back. They pushed it back. They finally released it, and it was garbage. It really was.
That's also kind of an unfortunate truth, and this is a thing that I am saying as an artist, and this is a thing that every like creator of any sort of content has to learn at one point or another. Sometimes a thing you are trying just is not going to work, no matter what you do with it.
Counter argument to this: Nintendo. Breath of the Wild was supposed to come out in 2015. It was supposed to come out way before it did, and they said, look, we apologize, we cannot release this game today.
I will say that
that's because Nintendo has a brain in that department.
Yeah, Nintendo, they definitely are able to say, okay, this needs more time. But they're also cut from a different cloth than most American companies. You find this happening with a lot of American companies, like EA.
True. They're so eager to compete. They're so eager to get out there. They forget quality on the way.
Yeah, I think I saw a thing with EA is that with a lot of their new games, I believe this was from an interview. I wouldn't quote me on this until I double check. Come back next week, double check. But I believe they said that most games have to sell 8 million for EA to consider not gutting the studio.
That's stupid because EA is literally getting all of the backlash in the gaming community right now.
And as
they put out 5 or 6 bad games in a row now.
Yeah, and as we discussed last week, judging from a quote that had been released a few days prior to the episode, that is, EA has 100% not learned their lesson about the loot boxes.
No, they have not.
And now there are actual laws being passed in
multiple states. Hawaii, I know for sure is passing.
Hawaii, and there's a lot of places in Europe that are also passing these laws.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we're done. This is stupid because children are gambling.
Yeah, and that's not okay.
And they're not wrong either.
Yeah, no, loot boxes are kind of ridiculous as a concept because it's just...
It's wasting money. Hey. If I wanted to waste my money, I'd go to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And you know what? If I did, there'd at least be a free buffet. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's really...
The hotel rooms are actually kind of crappy, though.
Well,
really?
Well, yeah, you don't expect to spend much time in your room.
That's part of the thing. The room, they purposefully designed the rooms to be crappy so you'll spend more time downstairs.
Yep. Well, I mean, they make them functional. They're not. They're functional, not opulent.
But I only went there
milk crate in a bed.
You're kind of
you're not far off, but
no, you're really not far off. I've only ever been in a Vegas hotel one time.
Which one though?
Circus.
That was just not a good hotel. If you go to some of the fancier hotels, my dad.
It's clearly it's one of the Circus is one of the big ones. They have an actual amusement park inside with a roller coaster.
Not good ones. You got to go to a classy.
Yeah, I know that
hotel.
Caesar's Palace is supposedly really good.
Caesar's is good. I've heard the Bellagio is really good.
Where? What? Wow! Wait! Wow! I'm sorry. Just thinking about like how the track of thought that we went from talking about loot boxes to
it's
hotel.
not, it's
That's
not
not
that
really a
big of a
hard one.
stretch.
No, I know,
see?
but I'm just thinking about like, well, we went from nerdy talk to hotel interior design.
No, but like for real, of all the hotel rooms that I have ever been in, the one at Circus Circus was by far the smallest.
Oh, yeah, they pack them in. You're going there to sleep. That's it.
Yeah, it was the smallest. I don't even remember if there was a TV there or not.
Just the milk crate.
The milk crate was the bed.
The milk crate. All right, so
It was the bed and the bathroom.
going
Yeah.
back to loot boxes, though.
I mean, we were talking about gambling either
Yeah.
way, right?
We're going back to loot boxes in particular. What? It's just a really frustrating topic because, I've been a kid and I was a kid.
You were a kid too? I was a kid.
I know,
I
right?
was a kid too.
Man, I miss being a kid.
It was great.
It was fantastic.
Dinosaurs were awesome.
Dinosaurs
They
were
still
still
are,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
They still are.
When I was a kid, Facebook was just becoming like a really big thing when I was like 13. So you had all these app games with basically loot boxes.
I remember those like that.
Farmville, anybody?
Like that had become the reason to go on Facebook to me.
Yeah,
Do you
exactly.
remember Farmville? Who remembers?
I remember
I played Farmville. I unashamedly played it, but everybody
pretty
in my
sure-
high school played it.
I'm pretty sure my old Facebook account still has it.
I mostly played like Mafia Wars.
I tried that one for a bit.
There was a cooking one that was really good. I like playing because like you cooked things, but like it always took hours and hours to cook something. It was like,
Well, if you
this
buy-
hamburger takes 25 minutes. What?
See if you buy.
Well, have you ever
coins.
actually cooked a hamburger?
Yes, tons of times. It takes a couple minutes at most.
Yeah.
If you're cooking for 25 minutes, you're eating charred meat, and
Yeah,
don't
that's-
say you eat them well done. Oh. Yeah. No. Just no.
Touched a nerve there.
Oh yeah. Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium
All right.
rare.
But yeah, like think about it. Like, oh gosh, I don't know how many like loot boxes I unlocked. Because I would try not to, and then they would inevitably give you the coins where it's like, hey, you've been playing for this long. Here's some coins.
Well, that's a little different if they're giving you coins.
Yeah, but you have to grind for possibly upwards of several months to get enough that's worth anything.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Because loot boxes, they still prey on everyone.
They still do.
Because even if they're giving you this stuff, you kind of like, you spend on your first thing, and like, I don't know, for some reason, you get something rare.
Oh,
Maybe it's like part of the algorithm, at least
Maybe.
I felt that way for Mafia Wars. I don't know if anyone could confirm that, but like, then you're like, well, now I kind of want to get another one.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's literally how it works. That's how they get you. And and any kid. This works on anyone, but I'm 100% willing to believe that kids are a lot more susceptible because they haven't learned impulse control.
Yeah, they
yet.
have no impulse control.
There's literally science behind proving that teenagers have no impulse control. It just doesn't develop till your early to mid 20s.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
people's brains literally continue developing until you're like 23.
25 actually, I think is what the number is.
Oh, really? So we only just
Yeah, pretty
stopped
much.
forming.
We in this room have just finished developing our brain boxes.
Not me.
Bearman's still developing his, but it's going towards the memes.
That
So memes are getting
explains
plugged
quite
in.
a bit, actually.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a very sad state of affairs. It's the new releasing a completely unfinished game and then charging for a DLC to make the game actually work.
Well, I want to go back to the Facebook games for a moment. It's not quite that, but I'm playing an app game, and they have, if you complete a story submission, like you get submissions in your area, I guess, and if you complete the last mission, that you get a gem, and that gem, if you get 5 of them, you can summon a thing.
Yeah.
And they give them to you often enough where you never have to pay, never once. And the story is actually really good. It's an RPG app game, and I've been enjoying it.
That
and
sounds
they have special events. Like right now, they have a snow Hatsune Miku event going on. So like you can potentially summon Hatsune Miku snow version, and she's adorable. Like absolutely, I want her, but like you have like a 5% chance, like if that. And actually, they recently at the beginning of the year put they said, due to some changing things in certain places, we're putting all of the rates for everything on. So now you know exactly what your chances are of getting things.
I kind of like that model. I mean,
I do. But again,
it's the least you can do, but it's still
spent
something.
a dime on this game, and I've got a bunch of really cool stuff. Because they reward you for playing the game. Like a game should, they reward you for playing. If you want to put more money into it, by all means do so. You're going to get the same chances at stuff that everybody else has.
I guess that the major problem I have with phone games is that, for the most part, no matter what they are, they still have a limited shelf life.
I guess, but this one's been going for 5 years.
That's surprising, then.
Well, it's an RPG, and they keep adding story to it, so...
That is surprising.
If you're going to add story, you're going to get more people playing.
I'm surprised that they haven't tried to do more loot boxes in Japan. I believe...
Oh, no, I think they're banned in Japan.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they were shut down really quick. Or you're guaranteed something pretty good.
Because I know that gambling has kind of gotten more of a resurgence in Japan recently.
Maybe, but I'm not...
What with the pachinko machines and all.
Pachinko and Mahjong have always been big for gambling.
Do you win money with pachinko? I never
Can?
It's more likely you'll win, one of, like the Chuck E. Cheese model where you get tickets for prizes.
I love
Kind
the
of.
Chuck E. Cheese model.
Well, it's kind of like gashapon, in Akiba. We nerds love our gashapon.
Yo.
You put in 100 yen or 300 yen or whatever, and you get a little thing out. But if it's not the one you want, you put more in, you get something out. It's not gambling, so to speak, but it's a randomized vending.
I'm just saying, Talking Nerdy goes to Japan. Let's
I would
try
love
to get it going.
We just got to save a whole lot of money.
Yeah,
Oh my!
that's
But if
expensive.
we do,
and
we
also
will
a
vlog.
and
We
also
will
a
vlog.
really, really long and boring flight.
Oh, I don't know. I bet we're nerds. We can find all kinds of electronic things to play with.
I'll just play Skyrim.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the Switch has a limited battery life.
they have outlets on planes now.
Really?
Really?
Well, on bigger planes, I believe it, but
Well,
they're
you're going to take a big plane to Japan. You're not
Yeah,
going on a
that's-
737. You're
that's-
going on an Airbus. You're going on something big.
yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, I'm going to play Skyrim the whole time. Not in Japan, but,
Yeah.
on the plane ride.
Oh, yeah. Well, I usually bring things. No, I'm going to keep my 3DS on at all times in Japan because everybody there carries one that, has one, of course. And the Street Pass, so Street Pass in the 3DS and how
Yeah.
it's a feature. That was designed more for Japan than it was here because people here don't pass each other enough.
Yeah, like
unless
the
you're
only
in a big city.
The only places I've ever gotten meaningful amounts of street passes was at conventions.
Exactly. Cons are a nerd's best friend
Yeah.
for a 3DS. In
So-
Japan, you pass people on the street all the time. They keep them in their briefcases, their backpacks, their pockets, whatever the case may be, they've got them on them. Because the 3DS's battery life is very impressive when it's in sleep mode.
Yeah,
where it can
I'm,
pass.
I'm just saying that it became so meaningful and it became practically one of the only things I did at conventions. My friends actually gave me a lot of crap for that.
Well, the thing with conventions is you get 10 passes instantly, and that's the max. So you got to play with them all, right?
Yeah.
Well, then they keep adding games and games and games and games and games.
Are there any new games? I knew there was the new ones were the fishing and something else.
Oh, I think there's more. There's more than that now.
Oh, well,
There's at least 3 rounds of games. There might be more now. I haven't heard about it, but there might be. I haven't gone on Street Pass in a long time on my 3DS because I haven't been to any conventions in a really long time. But yeah,
there
that's
haven't been
something I
any
look forward to.
meaningful games out to me as of late on the DS.
I don't know, I just picked up Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology, which is the remaster of Radiant Historia, which Kotaku rated very highly. So I'm looking forward to playing it. Also came with an art book and stickers, and y'all know how much I love my stickers.
Yeah.
I do love stickers.
I also want to point out that I just checked out the chat. Wow, it is going crazy. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, we love hearing from you, and I'm chatting to you. I know you guys are hearing this probably 30 seconds to a minute after we're actually saying it. So we're not ignoring you, but sometimes we've already moved on.
Yeah.
And it's hard to go back and backtrack, and it's no fault of your guys. It's more like the delay how the streaming goes.
It's just the way it works.
Don't worry about it. We still are trying to respond.
But yeah, keep commenting
Yeah.
about possible
So,
crime games I'd like.
Speaking
I'd love
of
to hear
that,
it.
apparently the World Health Organization, WHO, they came up with a new term for game addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's making people mad, so
Let's check it out.
I know. I'm going to Google it. You guys talk about something.
Okay, so what do you want to do for dinner?
I just had dinner.
Yeah, we just ate.
You guys went out for Chipotle and you didn't
might
get me
have done
anything.
That's not true. I
No,
brought
it's-
some chips.
I ate.
Gaming
I was
addic-
able to eat like one
Yeah,
Oh.
and then I ate the rest.
So
because you always eat all the food.
I
so they
always
didn't
eat all
actually
the
give it a
food.
new name. It's called gaming disorder, but it's been officially sanctioned as a mental disorder, which it should be. Gaming addiction is real.
In
And
fact, we
it's-
did make a promo on that.
Yeah.
We did a public service announcement about it for a class.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. No, last year. Couple years.
2
something
years
like
ago.
that. And it is a thing. People do spend their life addicted to games. I mean, there was just that article a couple weeks ago about the man in China who spent like 30 hours at a net cafe and had to be moved out by paramedics because he couldn't walk.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not an isolated incident in like China and especially in Korea. It's really bad. They have like specific rehab centers specifically for game addiction. There have actually been cases of people staying there so long that they don't eat, they don't drink, and even worse things have happened.
It's awful.
And
It really is.
people didn't even notice
Yeah.
until it was too late.
It's unfortunate. And, what's worse is when it happens in your own home.
Yeah, this isn't really comparable, but it's kind of like I mean, again, not comparable, but I've been playing Skyrim recently, and I always wonder, like, man, how did these guys not know what's been going on? And like I don't know, like Scutty goes to sleep, and then she wakes up, and I'm still playing Skyrim, and it's
Yep.
like, oh, it's been only been like 2 hours,
Well,
and it's like, no, I've been asleep for 10. Like,
We've all done all night gaming binges.
oh yeah,
yeah, but it's
sure.
just crazy how
there's
you don't.
nothing.
it's-
There's nothing wrong if you get something new and you spend like I would say like
Day and a half.
a day and a half is the longest time acceptable for a gaming
I
binge.
think it depends on where. If it's a weekend and you've got nothing going, by all
weekends
means,
are
spend that weekend.
Weekends are definitely different,
But like,
especially. But like if you're gonna, you have to do it on a weekend if you're planning on staying up all night doing it.
Let me ask the chat, what's the longest you've spent on a gaming binge? And if so, what food do you, and like what, sorry.
What do you eat? What do
yeah,
you
what
do?
do you eat? What do you eat for it? What do you eat for it?
I mean, I've gone on gaming binges before.
I mean, there's a reason that Mountain Dew is the staple.
Ugh, no, I can't do that anymore. But I usually go and I make something in the kitchen. You gotta, if you're gonna gaming binge, look away from your screen every 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just look away for a minute or so. It'll save your eyes. It doesn't damage your eyes, but it's gonna reduce the eye strain.
Yeah.
Get up, move around. Definitely move around. Like, it is unhealthy to sit for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get up and move around. I
I
go to my kitchen, I cook food, do something else for a little while, come back. The game isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, there's a reason that Nintendo and a lot of MMO companies like have little reminders in the loading screen to stop playing sometimes.
Nintendo is very good about it.
And I mean, in the moment,
Square Enix is pretty good about it.
if you're a responsible person, you see those sometimes, and you're just like, you can't tell me how to run my life. I'll play as long as I want.
Yeah.
But then most people eventually do get tired at a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
what was the
Oh, Fire Emblem Warriors. They actually they have a voice acted, completely voice acted, of course. They have voice acted menu prompts too. And when you go to the main menu, you've been playing for quite a while. Maybe you should take a break. They will tell you to take a break.
Well, if
And you're
somebody
like,
is actually speaking to me, I'll
If
just
it's
be
your
a little
waifu,
too intimidated to be like,
if your waifu says to take a break, you take a break.
yeah, you don't,
You
no,
do not ignore your waifu.
nah,
all about
don't
the
do
waifus,
that.
son?
Pretty much.
Don't do that.
Can we get
And
a
if your
hashtag
actual
rolling on
wife
that?
says to take a break, you take a break.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you do that.
Or your partner.
No,
or
son.
Your husbando.
Yep. If somebody who you care about says take a break, take a break. They're trying to do it for your own good.
Yeah.
Waifu for lifeu.
Yes, I do love my wife and my waifus. Yes.
Well, that was squeaky.
Yeah, it was very squeaky.
Why do you squeak?
Because that hasn't been
I
oiled.
squeak because I care.
But what do you care about?
Video games mostly.
Do I have to check you into that rehab?
No, I don't think so. What you might have to do is help me find copies of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon show.
Oh my god! Just try
Because-
Amazon or something.
I don't want to give Amazon business.
I mean, I can think of worse places to get business.
Yeah, but they're rendering other stores obsolete.
Kind of. I mean, you know how much I love Bull Moose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
They're not obsolete.
No, they're not. But
On the other hand, there are very few amiibos that I want that are located within a 10-mile radius.
can we talk about our amiibo struggle?
I know that amiibo struggle.
You do, but
I
you
do.
got on the bandwagon early.
I did, and like I get the struggle. It's tough. They only make so many of them, and then they got to make the next batch, and then the next batch, and they can't go back and make the other batches.
But why not? The molds are still there.
The molds are still there, and they will go back and make them. The problem is there's always more to make. New things that need to be released. I mean, they just announced the off the hook amiibos for Splatoon 2. We're never going to see reprints of Callie and Marie, the original Squid Sisters, because they have these things to do. And then they got the next thing coming up and the next thing coming up. When we're going to see a resurgence of some of the Smash Bros. Amiibos is when they put out Smash Bros. For the Switch. Then we're going to see a resurgence of all those amiibos, at least. And I think I mentioned this to you before, Scutty. That's when I worked at the awful GameStop. I will not hide my feelings about it. And they're a terrible company to work for. The Nintendo rep is an awesome guy, though. We were talking, it's like, if and when we see those amiibos again, what I've been told or hinted at is that it'll happen when the next Smash Bros. Game comes out.
Whenever that may be.
I'm guessing within the next couple of years. Smash 4 is still huge.
Yeah, but that's a long time. I just want Twilight Princess Link.
Twilight Princess. Oh my God, those sold out instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
all right.
See, there's the problem.
It's like, all right, this is kind of like
It's very difficult for casual fans to get their hands on anything nice.
It's also the same way with like some of the games, like how they lost the programs for Sapphire, not Sapphire. Pokemon Gold, Deep Silver, and Heart Gold. I think I heard
Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true at all.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Then why haven't they released it again?
They haven't. Because they're onto bigger and better things.
They're remaking each thing one at a time.
They're not going to remake a remake.
I would love that. Not remake. I would love them to port the remake.
Eventually they will. I mean, they just ported Pokemon Crystal like less than a month ago. They're only going, so I mean, next will be Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. There's a progression.
Well, we already got that though.
No, we didn't get the ports of the original game.
We didn't get the ports of the original, but we got new and improved
They're starting,
versions.
so they just ported Red, Blue, and Yellow like last year, or 2 years ago, I can't remember when. They just ported Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Next, we're going to get Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Then Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and so on. But in between the releases of the main series games continuing on. So, like, while other companies are seemingly focusing only on remasters and remakes and reports, Nintendo has a lot of games they need to make. They got plans. They plan for years in advance.
Okay, can I just say?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to hack any sort of game for fun, including Nintendo games. I have only ever encountered an actual glitch in a Nintendo game once.
Yeah.
And it was recently.
Really?
With Mario Odyssey. It scared me so bad. The camera was still working, but Mario was just frozen in the air. What had happened was I was doing like a timed puzzle.
Oh, and it froze in the middle of the puzzle.
No, it froze the instant the timer stopped. I hit the thing that I needed to get, and then I was frozen in the air.
That's something you just can't account for until it happens. That's so obscure.
Is it really? I don't know. Is it really so implausible that somebody could just in the nickest of the nick of time hit the objective before the timer runs out?
That's how I
pretty rare.
That's honestly how I got most of the puzzles. So.
Yeah, but I mean,
but mine must have been
like
even
a split second.
Yeah, mine must have been even nicker because.
Well, you can't account for that every minute, minuscule seconds. They can't.
Yeah, it was literally within the last millisecond.
Well, that's why it's so important to report bugs. Nintendo especially, they will deal with their bug fixes really fast. Yeah. You two argue over there off mic.
We're not.
You're arguing about knicker, aren't you?
Yeah, knickers.
I know what knickers are. They're pants. So, yes, we've established that knickers are pants. Yes, you got them in the pants of time.
Yes.
The pants.
I was stuck
That's the next Zelda game.
I was, how do you play the Song of Time on your pants though?
You know
Fart
what?
joke here?
Yeah, insert fart joke. No. You could rip your pants in certain...
Yeah, but then
But then you ruin your pants.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're magic pants.
Well,
so.
they're you go back in time with the pants Song of Time, so you can...
So you use the Song of Time to repair your pants?
This is the dumbest...
They called it the Ocarina of Time for a reason. Pants didn't quite make the cut. You know, young Link isn't wearing pants. Adult Link is wearing tights. They're not wearing pants.
Nobody wears pants.
Pants
to
are
be fair, Link can make tights work somewhat.
Oh yeah.
He works them.
Oh yeah, there are.
Yeah.
I can personally attest that there are many young girls who enjoyed the Zelda.
All you.
Who No, not me. I didn't come into it until later, but there are young girls who like grew up with the Zelda who had the hots for adult Link.
I mean,
and also Link's Zora form in Majora's Mask.
Really, that?
Yeah, because he's shirtless, he's muscular, the body of a swimmer.
I guess
What's
I can
not
see
to
that.
like?
That's
the
fair.
cool Goron Link.
Yeah, I like
He's
Goron
better.
Link.
He's
I did
better.
like
He's
Goron Link.
strong and muscular, like a bear. He's a bear man, even.
He's a Goron man.
But the only catch is they're both dead.
Well,
That's not an issue. That's fine. You know,
Well, that's how, so they're not.
That's how the masks work.
when has a death ever stopped a fangirl?
Yeah, really. So the masks are embodying the spirit of a deceased. So,
but the masks only form when a person is dead.
right?
That's-
It's the spirit of the deceased,
If
and then you take on the form of the deceased.
I can absorb
They're
your
not-
soul.
Yeah, they're not actually dead. When Link transforms, he's not dead. He's
No,
taking
he's
on a
not dead.
person.
No,
That's
he's
just
just
the form of the dead person.
He's wearing a dead person
He's wearing this
as a pair of pants
more like.
and their face,
And their face.
especially their face.
I'm trying to think of the word. It's more like a kind of like a transformation where you. I'm struggling with the
where
word.
you transform into a dead person.
It doesn't have to be a dead person, but yes, it's the spirit.
Soul transfer.
Yes, soul transfer. It's not
Which can only be done when a person is dead.
not necessarily.
They were super dead, though.
They were
Yeah,
super
like
dead.
they were very
were super
explicitly
dead.
dead.
Majora's Mask is a dark game. Nobody is questioning that. It is arguably the darkest game. Like Twilight Princess was dark.
Well, the darkest of the Zelda games.
Yeah, darkest of the game.
Not
Zelda
many people actually died in Twilight Princess that we saw.
No, it was
don't
very
remember.
few, if any.
No, if anything, it was dark because of Twilight, because it was just Twilight a lot.
And there was a lot more. It was a much more mature Zelda game.
Yes.
It just was.
And yes, and it's my personal favorite of
I
them.
love Majora's Mask, but Ocarina of Time still holds my heart because I grew up with it. It's
yeah.
got that nostalgia factor to it.
That was
but
the
it's also
first
just a-
one that I played.
It's also
of
just a
them.
really
Look,
good game.
I'll say it before, and I'll say it again. I want my Legend of Zelda Wand of Gamelon port for the Switch with amiibos.
Of course you do. The games that Zelda fans don't talk about, you want the most.
Yes.
But you don't understand.
Oh my god, my wife just made a very good point. Death never stops a fangirl, although it can cause you to lose a lot of weight. In the anime and manga, Kiss Him Not Me,
Yeah.
the main character Kai, her favorite anime character dies, and she's a tubby thing. And
Oh my God,
she loses all of the weight.
I actually know what you're talking about, and then the whole the whole rest of the series is just everyone being like, "Dude, she's hot."
yeah, well,
And
it's
then
actually it's a really really funny series. I do recommend it. Like it's kind of freaky in a way because Fujioshis are still kind of freaky, but
Yeah, they are.
they're overbearing. But if you don't know what a Fujiyoshi is, look it up. I'm not saying it.
Nor
gonna
should
look
you
it up.
have to.
I shouldn't have to. No.
No.
Bearman's gonna look it up and he's gonna go. Oh,
I know
God.
I've told you
I
what
know
it
the
is
reaction
before.
that's coming.
I know
the reaction.
I know I've made confessions to you before,
Bearman.
Jarman.
okay,
His alter ego.
Giorgi Bermagno. He's Italian.
okay,
Giorgi
I
Bermagno.
almost certainly spelt this wrong because
I'll type it in for you.
Yeah,
Either of us could do it.
the
Yeah.
answer I got was a fundoshi. It's the traditional Japanese undergarment for adult males
You
made from a length of cloth.
Definitely spelled it wrong.
I spelt fundoshi, I guess.
That does look awfully fun. To be fair,
So it's actually Fujoshi. And here you go.
no,
Don't
I
read this
have
out
it.
loud.
I have it right here.
Yeah, don't read it aloud, Bearman, but there you go.
Do not, absolutely do not.
Yep. That's what it is. It's a Fujoshi. And yeah, no, anyway, it's a funny series, and apparently the manga just ended, like, on Tuesday. It just ended. I think the ending was good. My wife read it all, so I think she said it was enjoyable. I think she said it's over. Yep, that look on Bearman's face says it all.
I'm pretty nonplussed. That just it's
It's a thing.
about right.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
Yep.
honestly, I think that's become more accepted since Yuri on Ice came out.
Okay, don't go there. My wife absolutely hates the Yuri on Ice fandom.
Really?
For that
Oh,
specific
fandom,
reason.
yeah. Fandom, I guess.
She loves Yuri on Ice.
Oh, yeah, it's
The
totally
fandom
good.
is toxic and terrible.
Well, it's
So I've heard. But we've talked about toxic fandoms before.
Oh yes.
It's
I think we've had multiple shows on it.
Well, yeah,
'Cause the
fandoms
topic is
can be
just-
very amazing. The fairy tale fandom is amazing and accepting. The Yuri on Ice fandom is just really toxic, unfortunately, because it's a really good show. Oh gosh.
Oh, what's the most toxic fandom?
Oh,
I know that one that
Probably
got.
Yuri on Ice or your Orin High School Host Club.
Oh no! I can do you one better.
Oh, can you?
Frick! It was Hetalia.
Oh, gosh,
Hatalia's
Hetalia. Yep.
Yeah,
That's the winner.
that's like the ultimate toxic anime fandom.
What was the one that
Yes, it
the
is.
creator actually said that it got out of hand?
Oh, SAO. SAO is got a toxic fandom.
SAO does have.
But like
toxic
we're
fandom.
talking about fandoms through history. Hetalia is like the first really truly infamous one to my
Yeah,
memory.
I would
It
say
really
the
is.
Crusaders.
What?
I would say the Crusaders if we're talking about the most toxic fandoms.
The Crusaders.
Yes.
Yeah, they were in the it was really hot in the 13th century.
Oh, you're talking about the actual Crusaders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought you
that's
were.
a pretty toxic fandom.
It's a well. I mean, they.
The original toxic fandom,
Most
Sure.
people left it though.
Yep.
if they had any
God,
sense.
what is it? What is the one that I'm talking?
Black Butler. Black
No,
Butler has. A
it's
pretty
not
toxic
anime.
fandom.
It was a web comic.
Maybe?
Scutty told me about this, that they actually got their paint banned because it was
Oh, it was freaking Homestuck.
Homestuck.
Yes, they are the worst. They are literally the worst.
Like-
They're banned at some conventions.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
because-
sure.
Yeah,
That-
not like for multiple reasons. One of which is because the paint gets everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were
And
a lot
the-
of complaints of like
And another one is this is the only like the first one that I had ever heard of was just because there were so darn many of them.
Yeah.
And the people who ran the conventions were like, look, you're allowed to like this thing and you can cosplay what you like, but we really would like to have some variety here,
Yeah.
please.
Well, also,
the reason that
if you like Homestuck, by all means enjoy it, but you're not going to find any sympathy here.
yeah,
No.
one of the reasons that it that a lot of the people got banned because of the paint that they used would like mess up drains and stuff in,
Oh
in
yeah,
the
no,
hotel.
they use probably cheap stuff.
Well, yeah, because
They probably use latex body paint, which is
because a lot of people who go to conventions or who really want to go to conventions, unfortunately, don't usually have a lot of means, and all of their money goes into the hotel and
Yep.
tickets, and possibly their cosplay. After cosplay, after the hotel, the tickets, and the cosplay,
yeah.
food is kind of food and
Yep.
hygiene are kind of secondary.
Are you? No, they don't hygiene. They really don't.
No,
they're
like-
also really nasty
Okay.
to other people.
Okay,
Like,
so
if you're not a Homestuck fan-
hygiene. So hygiene is tertiary, and frickin'
I'd say hotel pass and food are primary. Secondary is their Homestuck cosplay. Third is hygiene.
third is hygiene, and then not even anywhere on the list is manners.
Yep. Oh, they have absolutely no manners. That's
this
part of the reason
fandom
why they
has a
get banned.
lot more hatred than I thought.
It
It's pretty bad.
It's really bad.
I can
like-
I wouldn't have to search very hard to find a lot like Bearman and I spent a little bit of time looking at some YouTube videos that were like
failed
guess
cons.
like failed cons and also
Failed cons.
and also like
yeah.
documentary type research videos of compilations of exactly why some fandoms had become so toxic and what they had done to prove that, including bullying content creators on Tumblr and the like.
Yeah,
That's
like
awful.
one Steven Universe fan artist, I don't know why, but I think a lot of people told her to commit suicide. It got so crazy that the creators actually said, "You're not our fans if you're going to do that."
They have to. I mean,
Because this girl attempted suicide, I believe.
that's awful.
It was horrible.
Just because she drew a picture of that some people didn't like.
I know. I love fandoms that are accepting. I think my wife is a really big fan of Miraculous Ladybug. It's like a French cartoon thing. And it's really, really cute. And the fandom was really, really good. But now it's taking a turn for the worst from what she's described to me. And she really loves it. And it's super adorable.
It's always really unfortunate when fandoms start to kind of have
They
like
do. It's like,
It's usually a few.
where's the change? What happened?
It's usually, in my experience, like a few years after, or at least a month or so after something's ended. It
It
varies
hasn't
from.
even ended. The show is still going. And it's turning sour. I don't understand.
Yeah, it says here it's going into like I don't know how old this is, but it's something about them going into season 2.
Miraculous Ladybug?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's season 2 is ongoing.
'Cause,
currently.
like,
Okay.
But France has a weird release schedule, so it's like every couple weeks instead of like every week. And I don't know the details, and my wife can never find any sort of subtitled one.
It looks
Because apparently Netflix grabbed the rights to it and
That's
won't
wonderful.
release it all until it's all done airing
That's
in France.
less wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just like looking at something. It looks like a very lighthearted, funny.
It's a kid show that a lot of adults have latched onto.
So,
that sounds incredibly familiar.
yeah. So, speaking of failed cons,
Failed cons. Go for it, Bearman.
Why do we have to get into this?
Because he brought it up.
do you not
That's
want
true.
to talk about DashCon?
What is DashCon?
Okay.
DashCon was a Tumblr-centric convention.
And they thought this was a good idea. Why?
Well, it was what was really the problem. See, I don't really have a ton of grief with Tumblr. I think
No,
that
Tumblr is a fantastic site for what it is. I don't think those people should ever congregate together.
it wasn't officially made by Tumblr.
Okay.
It was made by a bunch of fans who had no experience putting a con together.
The best known there are several memes that arose from this. The best of which being $17,000 ball pit.
Yeah, so they ran out of money halfway through and they couldn't pay the hotel managers, so they had to get everybody at the con to pay money. And as payback for doing this, for paying $17,000,
Yep.
because, they couldn't pay the bill to stay there,
Yep.
everybody got an extra hour in the ball pit. The ball pit being a inflated pool, inflated kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Full of like McDonald's balls.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Apparently, at some point in the day, somebody urinated in it.
Of course they did.
Yeah. DashCon was very, very poorly put together. And as a result, it's probably never going to happen again.
Oh, and
of course not.
Some of I have the Wikipedia page up right
no.
now. Okay, let's see. Fan convention catering to blogging service Tumblr and their fandoms.
I'm sure
There-
Tumblr was like, we don't want anything to do with
there
it.
were-
Halfway through, they said that we do not sponsor them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they cited a lot of celebrities that were like Tumblr celebrities that were going to be there, and some like actual celebrities, like some voice actors.
Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah, that was one of the big ones.
Oh, okay.
And
they didn't show up, did they?
no, they did not.
They weren't even actually confirmed,
They,
turns out.
like the people,
Wow.
like they just promised these people would be there. They hadn't even actually really asked the people if they wanted to be there. And another
Good
one
job.
was, and another group that was supposed to be there was Steam Powered Giraffe, which is a steampunk band that I
Yeah.
became somewhat familiar with in my steampunking time, which still is going on. But
Yeah.
they were also like they were also like not told that like, hey, you want to go to this thing, and they were like, no, nobody asked us even. Like, we're not doing that.
It was crazy, and looking back on it, I can't even tell if it was an actual attempt or
a lot of people believe it was just straight up a scam.
Yeah.
Meant to scam hundreds of people out of money.
And they failed at that because they ended up having to pay the hotel more money.
Well, that's the interesting thing. There's some debate whether that actually was a necessity.
Huh.
And at the end of the convention, the people who put it together had to apologize.
Of course they did.
They were tear-filled, which, to be fair, that was
They probably didn't expect it to fail so hard.
It failed. Oh, it was bad.
See, what you gotta do is
there's all kinds of footage that you can find on YouTube. It's really sad. Just people kind of sitting in the ball pit, just like,
this is what we paid for.
Like, we paid $17,000 for this ball pit.
You ever? Yeah. All right. So the best way I can sum up, because I've watched this footage with Scutty, and the best way I could sum it up is, you ever have like a younger relative be like, "Oh, hey, we gotta play," and you're just really not interested, but you're like, That was the perpetual look on everyone's face.
Gosh. Oh gosh.
Like, yeah, let's play with squirt guns. And it's like, all right, I guess I'm kind of not into it. It's almost winter. Oh, no, you got me. Squirt gun doesn't even really work, but you got to make the kid feel good.
Yeah, yeah. That's sad.
There is some, now, a really good, recently put together, not recently put together, but a really good con is one that Scutty's been going to since the beginning, I believe.
Since the beginning?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, not since the beginning. I came in like halfway through the story.
Minus TeslaCon then.
Yeah, TeslaCon.
Yeah, we've talked about TeslaCon before.
Yeah, it's one of the best conventions you could ever go to, in my opinion.
Cons kind of freak me out unless they're bizarre, but I do definitely want to go to TeslaCon.
Oh yeah, there's a dealer's room. There's a dealer's room, but like one of the big appeals of TeslaCon, and I've said this before, is that like the hotel is usually really decked out to look like the time period and place that you're in. And it's meant to be an immersive experience because the con itself has a plot.
That's, a lot of, you were talking about steampunk cons, and that's a common theme amongst them.
Yeah, well, it's more of, I think TeslaCon is fairly unique in that aspect. I haven't been to any other steampunk conventions, so I don't know if I don't even know if any other I've never heard of any other convention doing that. Having a plot and panels where you talk with the characters about what's going on, and like,
I have heard about cons like that, but I've never actually been to one or known more about one until you talked about TeslaCon.
And even when panels aren't happening, the people are in costume walking around and still in character, and you can talk to them and hang out, and it's pretty great. You'll never find a place where a German accent will be more contagious.
Really?
I'm serious. The first time I went, I believe that was TeslaCon 5, I believe, and I'm like within by the second day, like every other person you walked past was speaking with a German accent. It was
to varying degrees of success, I assume.
Yeah, but it was all in good fun. It was funny.
Yeah, some cons are really great at spreading that kind of emotion and
they
positivity.
Really are.
And then there are others that, not so much. Let me know in the comments. I can do some more research. Frost can do some more research. Scutty can do some more research into other failed conventions, because I'm sure there are a ton of them.
I'm sure there are, and I'm not sure I want to know about them.
We're not going to get into the other one.
No. There are other ones that are much less than savory.
Oh.
And
you'll have to tell me about them at a later date.
All right. I can do that.
Yeah,
we can watch the video after the show.
Maybe we won't do that.
Yeah, you don't need nightmares.
No, probably not. I've got a game to play, remember?
That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
Probably homework to do. No, wait, I did my homework. I am a good noodle. My wife calls me a good noodle sometimes, and I'm really happy when she does, because I like being a good noodle.
Why don't you call me a good noodle, Scutty?
Because you didn't earn any good noodle stars today.
But I'm a good noodle.
In fact, I'm going to have to scrape one off.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh. I thought you were serious, though. That would have been bad.
That would have been really bad.
That would have been really bad. That turns into what, burnt pasta? You're not a good noodle. Yep, she just confirmed I am a good noodle.
Let's just. I'll see if I can find an audio clip of crickets chirping.
Oh no, it's fine. The joke was made, and my point obviously taken. So, actually, noodles are good.
Noodles are good.
You know, I love.
And there's so many ways to cook them.
There are. You know,
There's
speaking, going back to
in pasta.
Yeah.
What's that? That's a noodle.
I
Oh
don't know.
God.
Pasta.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. In soup.
You know, every episode we wind up on food somehow, and then we always get hungry, and then we always complain that we're hungry, and it's always because we've talked about food. I'm just saying.
I
tortellini.
Yeah.
like.
It's a pasta though.
There has to be someone we can blame for that.
I blame the ceiling.
Why is the ceiling guilty of making us hungry?
Because there's a restaurant
Rigatoni.
above us.
That is true, actually.
That's why. Anyway.
Sending food thoughts
Yeah, they are.
through the ethosphere.
Yeah, exactly. There's just constant food energy coming down, and it's just, it infects us.
Pasta a la mode.
Pasta a la mode. Really. Pasta a la mode. For those of you who don't know, a la mode means with ice cream. He wants pasta a la mode.
Yo, for real though, actually, over winter break,
Did you really have pasta with ice cream?
kind of. It had these like Japanese, I forget what they're called.
Mochi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mochi
that's
isn't
not
pasta.
noodles.
That's
rice.
same idea.
No.
Have you
It's,
been
it's the same
Mochi
idea.
is delicious, by the
You
way.
have
It
been
really
watching.
is.
You got me Okami HD for Christmas, and I've been playing it, and I've been teaching you about Japanese stuff while we were playing. While I was playing it for you, have you learned nothing from the rabbit?
Amaterasu kills Zeus, right?
Sure.
Sure, buddy.
All right. When does she get the blades of chaos?
Tuesday.
Thanks, man.
And that's Scutty dying over there. I mean, there's Scutty.
I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to God of Art 4.
Got it.
Whoa. Okay.
Anyway, going back to cons.
I would totally play that game.
God of Art 4.
Oh wait, I am.
Yeah, you kind of are. I mean, it's.
Can I just say? I'm sorry. Well, first I want to say that I don't know.
One thing I could pride myself on is I don't think I've ever made, or I don't think anyone's ever made Scutty laugh as much as I can.
That's a good sign.
Okay.
It really is.
Stop making that face.
What face?
Anyway,
But
bringing the conversation
what
back
I was
in.
Right.
what I was saying, Okami, best adaptation of the Zelda formula ever.
I don't know. I think Zelda does it pretty well.
I said
Adaptation.
Okay.
Son.
because
So, I'm sorry.
Because instead of carrying around a bunch of gadgets, all you need is a magic paintbrush.
And you know what? It's a good paintbrush.
It's literally the best paintbrush you could possibly have because it makes the sun and the moon rise, it makes the wind blow, it makes trees grow, it sets things on fire and electrocutes
It
them.
reminds me of Chalk Zone.
You know.
What the heck is that?
You've never
Ever
watched
seen
Chalk Zone?
No.
It was an old Nick cartoon where
I've told you
He had some magic chalk, and he would open his portal to the Chalk Zone, and anything he could draw there would come to life and help him or try to hinder him.
Yep.
Okay, I
It was
know
awesome.
I
Yeah, it was
know
great.
I know I've told you guys this off mic, but I need to make this canon now.
Is it? Canon?
What? Canon?
Canon Films.
We have cannons?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they're in the closet.
Oh, yeah. That's where I keep my cannons. He's in the closet.
But I did not grow up watching cable. You
Yeah.
guys know this.
It was kind of like Arthur, but if Arthur had magic chalk that he could, open
And
a
was a
portal.
better show.
Excuse me.
Hey, guess what?
I like Arthur, too.
Yeah.
Every
everyone
day
does.
when you're walking down the street.
There's somebody. You tested my patience, Ross. There's a reason I was hibernating, and I guess this is it.
It was to recover from the dumb.
But we've already gone down the dumb train. It doesn't matter at
Mark
this point.
Brown, I think.
Have you ever?
God, did
have
he
you
come to
read-
my class once? Because he didn't live that far from me.
Oh
Really?
my God!
That's awesome.
Have you have either of you ever read like the first Arthur book?
Yeah, where he looks like an actual anteater.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
It's kind
was.
of terrifying.
Yeah, it was horrifying, but it made sense.
To a small degree, yes.
Well, I guess so does like murder and
No,
like, I mean, yeah, it's
if you
horrifying, but
conceptually it makes sense.
conceptually it
But
makes
in
sense.
reality, not
Wait,
so
I thought
much.
you were saying consensually. So you were like, if you
Conceptually.
consent to a murder, is that seppuku?
No, that's
It's Sudoku.
That's complicated.
That-
It's complicated, is what it is.
Yes.
Sudoku. No, it's complicated.
Yes,
Well,
it's complicated.
Well,
Sudoku can be complicated.
Yes, it can be, depending on how much is missing.
Yes. They have difficulty levels for a reason.
when
Anyway.
you're walking down the street.
Everybody that you meet has a plan to kill you.
Or
This devolved way
I mean, I
faster
guess
than
that makes sense for like an original point of view.
Anyway, I'm going back to the thing I was trying to make
That
maybe
is-
5 minutes ago before we
The weird thing
lost
is,
the plot.
the weird thing is that's not an original point of view. A lot of people are paranoid like that.
That's
Yeah.
true. Anyway,
One of
local
them is
cons.
me.
Local cons are way better than I think big cons. Like big cons definitely have their draws. Like there's going to be prime vendors like Funimation, Sentai Filmworks, Crunchyroll. You're going to get the big people there.
And you're also gonna get the big. You're gonna actually
Get the big
potentially
announcements.
You get
and the
bi-
big stars.
Yeah,
Big stars.
you get the big stars like
like Michael Rooker.
Yeah, you're going to get big people like that.
I actually like when I went to Comic-Con Chicago at one point, like Michael Rooker and what's his face were on stage doing a Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
Really?
you don't remember Chris Pratt?
No, it wasn't Chris Pratt.
Was it Bautista?
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a man.
Okay.
It was Bautista.
Was it Groot?
But
Who was he?
it was Muscle Man who does things literally.
It was Bautista.
Okay. So
Say Bautista.
I don't want to say Bautista.
Anyone-
The more
You
you,
just said it.
the more you darn it.
If anyone gets that wrestling meme, good for you.
Okay.
Just you, buddy.
But like it was funny because Michael Rooker was doing the Groot dance, and why are you doing that?
Bearman is doing his exercises.
I
It's
was
okay.
doing the Groot dance.
Okay.
But like Bearman, like no, Michael Rooker was doing the Groot dance, and Booty was
Bautista.
was doing his bit where he like looks and then he freezes because he doesn't like people dancing, and
Well,
they were just doing that bit, and it was a nice little Q&A session.
that aside, local cons really get you a sense of your community in the area. So you're gonna find your like people. When I go to my local con, I see people I don't get to see anymore because the hobby shop that I used to go to and frequent shut down due to poor management. So I get to see people I haven't seen all year, and I get to catch up with them, and it's great. The people who come, the guests. Sometimes we get people who are on big shows and things like that. You know, it depends on who is willing to travel to, to Maine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you get people from the local community who like do comics, like local comics and things like that. And that's really cool to see. And you get local voice actors and stuff like that. And you also get vendors who travel from, all over just to be at all the local cons. And they're pretty cool. And you build up a reputation because they come every year.
Right.
So like, I remember you guys. There's a store out of Rochester, New York. And I speak with them every year. And I play games with one of the owners every year. And it's great. We play card games, we play board games, whatever. And it's just, we chill out, have a good time. And then you kind of get to know people, which is really nice about local cons. That I feel like you just miss out on the larger ones. Unless you go with people you're not really gonna make friends. Or, you might make acquaintances and you might say, hi, what's up? But like you're not gonna make friends or, people you're gonna go back to every year and say, hey, what's up? How you been? I feel it's just a different feel, and it's also lower key. And that's also nice.
It's
sometimes.
chill.
It's chill.
It's comparatively chill.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the only place I've really I've only been to a couple of cons where friends were made that I actually like
keep in contact with.
or at the very least keep up with, and like just like post on Facebook. It's not like I'm bad at long distance communication. So any friends who are listening right now, I am sorry I don't talk to you more often. I just get lost, but I still think of you.
Yes, it is quite complicated navigating the day by day here.
Yeah, but I've only ever really experienced that a few times. Not everybody's that really good at making friends.
No, and I mean, when you get a bunch of nerds together,
there's
going to
be
best
awkwardness.
At making friends.
Nah, there's going to be a lot of awkward silence.
Yeah,
Just a bit.
just a bit.
Just a bit.
And by a bit, I mean all of it.
A lot. Also, bad hygiene. I don't know what it is about cons, but there's that con stank.
Yeah, and then the con plague. Plagues
The
that
con
get
plague, I mostly avoid by washing my hands and keeping away from people who are sick. Here's the thing. If you're sick, I don't care if you paid for a con ticket. Don't go. I swear. Don't go. It's not fair to everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, just don't.
What if you paid like $150 to meet Stanley?
Well, then you should go, but wear a mask like they do in Japan to cover your cough.
Good idea, actually.
You know?
and depending on the character, it could work.
It
and
could
just
work.
just be part of the costume.
Exactly.
Most anime cosplays can make that work.
Definitely. Or do a show that they wear the masks a lot, because I think there are at least a few.
Yeah. But I can guarantee you that if your cosplay is from a slice of life anime, you can make the mask work.
There's probably been an episode where they had to wear the mask because they were sick.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly. Unlike in the US, they actually are polite and cover their coughs. We just let it all out and spread the flu like wildfire.
Spread the germs, make you strong.
Only if you live through it.
Yeah, that's true.
We have some solidarity for you in the chat about long distance communications. It's not easy.
No. It's because if you spend, I'm not trying to make excuses or nothing, but if you try to keep up with everybody all the time, that becomes your life.
Yeah, I mean, social media makes it easier.
Yes, it makes it a lot
follow
easier.
me on Twitter at DJFrostWLMC and on Facebook DJFrostWLMC, and of course the Talking Nerdy YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Right. Anyway.
Especially subscribe to the YouTube channel because we want to make it to 100 billion miljillion subscribers.
Just 100 would be nice for right now.
100 would be awesome.
100 would be nice.
100 would be awesome because then we could get a custom URL so that we could tell you to go to youtube.com/whatever's available.
And then you can see the stream type things that we're planning on.
We're planning a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, I think this is a good time to talk about future plans for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're thinking a lot about, streaming content
and also
other
just
than
videos.
Other than the podcast videos. I was talking to Frost. Maybe he'd like to do some cooking,
Oh, yeah. Nerdy cooking. Definitely could do that. Hey, those things you see in Japanese anime all the time, like curry, I can make that.
Yeah.
Yay!
Would you like to see Japanese curry made right in front of you?
Yay!
See, I want to see you work on some desserts.
Oh, gosh.
I want to see you make your own mochi.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait.
no. I don't have close to the amount of tools that.
Especially if you want it made in the traditional way.
If you want it made right.
You have to go to Japan.
Can't get any gas station mochi.
Gas station mochi.
I mean, no, you can go to the Asian market and buy mochi, and it's pretty good.
Hey, we should do that.
Asian markets are the best. But yeah, no,
Maybe not get any more of that Japanese soda, though.
No, that wasn't very good.
You didn't like ramen?
No, I found out that
it's okay, but the problem is they don't absolutely drown it in sugar like they do in the U.S.
Yeah.
No, of course not. It's not the point.
Yeah, but therefore to us it tastes like nothing.
So
yes,
to
soda drinkers, you.
Well, we've cut out quite a bit.
We've been cutting back, but it still tastes like nothing.
I love some of their funky flavors. I had teriyaki flavored ramen. It was so good.
Oh,
I'm set.
No,
it was really good. It was actually really sweet. It was like a sweet soy, but not like off-putting. Like sesame chicken, how it's sweet.
Yeah.
Just imagine that sweeter.
I still don't know if I want it in soda form.
It's really good.
But anyway, back to our ideas. Yeah, we're thinking maybe branching into some Let's Plays. Let us know what you want us to play.
I mean, I'm I know I started a red and blue Pokemon. It was actually Pokemon Red playthrough, and that fell by the wayside. But I do plan on starting a Pokemon Diamond or Pearl, maybe even Platinum, depending on how I'm feeling, playthrough.
Go with Platinum. I haven't played Platinum.
Platinum's
Me either.
awesome. I love Platinum. Yeah, I think I'll go with Platinum. Pokemon Platinum playthrough.
Just for the maximum exposure.
Oh yeah, it gets everything in there pretty much.
And when I say maximum exposure, I mean because the other two here haven't played it.
I played Diamond.
Yeah, same.
I played Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. 4th generation Pokemon is my favorite. So I love playing it. So I'll probably try to play that if I can find a good emulator, of course. I don't have a capture card for my DS, so I can't exactly do that. But
in the meantime, we have Steam.
we do.
Steam is a good
Steam
thing.
stream. We have plenty of games we can stream.
And I
even
still
like
have
a one-of.
and I still have the programs for uploading videos from when I tried to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really cool content like that out there now. The other thing we're going to do eventually is start up a 3-person Minecraft server.
Yeah.
That we will all stream from either at the same time or individually, probably individually, but play together at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, I'll stream it from my perspective, and we'll all get together in a group chat and play or whatever, or play next to each other. I don't know. We'll figure something out, but it'll be good. And then, we could go off and we have really good ideas for the series, for the stream.
It'll be fun.
We have some
really good.
we have some nice builds planned.
We have some very devious builds planned too.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Good times.
I'll let you guys work on the devious things. I'm a little more inclined to building big statue things.
Well, we always need statues. Statues are pretty good. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to put out, obviously not stream necessarily. Actually, no, we're totally going to stream it. A NSFW Talking Nerdy.
Yeah.
That's going to happen at some point in the next few months. We got to get the details down, but you won't be hearing it on the WLMC radio stream because that just breaks all of the rules. No, this will be exclusive to the YouTube channel. So if you want to hear us talk about awful nerdy things, definitely subscribe to the Talking Nerdy YouTube channel.
And by awful, you mean amazing.
I do mean amazing. Yes, you will hear about some of the best things. NSFW stands for Not Safe for Work, by the way.
Which is why it won't be here.
Which is why it won't be live on radio. It'll be instead on YouTube because you can do that kind of thing.
Right.
Yes. So yes, that we have awesome things like that planned. Tons of games we want to play. I mean, Bearman and I am probably going to play Crusader Kings now that we've talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, how much devious stuff can we get up to in that?
Oh, you have no idea.
I haven't.
I do.
I've only told you like 2 or 3 reviews. I haven't.
Those were the clean ones.
Those were the clean ones.
Yeah. I
don't-
look forward to it, to be perfectly honest with you.
I don't even know if the first one I told you is appropriate on
It
account
is.
of. Nah, I didn't think so.
Oh, the one you told us here? Or?
No, the one in the car.
Oh. No, not that one. Definitely not that one.
It was funny though.
It was very funny. Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of really good plans moving forward for the channel and for Talking Nerdy, because obviously we're never going to stop this. This is our bread and butter.
Yeah.
This is the thing
Our
we love
bread
doing
and margarine.
most. No, it's definitely not margarine.
Our grain-free avocado bread.
Avocado toast, actually.
Avocado toast with margarine.
Those
It's
you
ew.
darn millennials.
Oh, those darn. Wait a second, we're millennials.
Oh,
Oh,
Darn
Oh,
shoes.
Oh, shoes. Oh, shoot. I was trying to find shoot, and I couldn't think of the
Shoot.
oot.
I just.
I got the sh part. I just didn't get
You know,
oot.
my go-to is shoes.
Shoes.
Yeah. I don't know why. It just comes easier. You should try it more often. It's funny.
It is pretty funny. Oh, shoes.
Yeah.
Literally anything can be a bad word if you put the right inflection on it.
That's true. I've actually heard that in England, they just use whatever word they think of to describe something as an insult.
Yeah,
and it
just
works.
like you. That's
Like-
not going to work, you microphone.
Yeah. Well, Mumbo Jumbo uses the word spoon. I'm such a spoon. One day he just thought of it during, I think he said a live stream where he was just like, I'm just such a spoon, meaning idiot or dumb butt. And it just stuck because it worked so well.
You're a spoon.
I use the word spoon now, like in that way. Like, That's such a spoon moment.
Yeah, you generally did use the
I used the word spoon to describe the utensil a long time. But then I started using it to
You
describe
learned.
a blender.
You saw the light.
I saw the light, and it was spoontastic. Yeah.
As good stuff.
Thank you, Bearman. Somebody had to applaud. So, it's about that time, unfortunately. Do you have any last thoughts for the lovely people who've been sticking it through and listening to our completely weird breakdown of a talk show?
You guys are all right.
I hope you all heard that. He said you guys are all right. Scutty?
Same.
Well, I'm just going to talk normally while these two are whispering into the microphones. Thank you so much for listening and sticking through this weird.
Yeah, we had a weird show.
We had a weird show.
It was amazing. What are you talking about?
It was very amazing. Our amazingly weird show. We love it when you all listen. This has been
DJ Scutty.
DJ Bearman.
And Frost the host, the king of Kauai, the sultan of Sugoi, and the master of Moe. Again, I'm contractually obligated to say this because Bearman is here. Thank you so much for listening. Have yourselves a wonderful night. We will see you next week or maybe sooner. Keep an eye on the @DJFrostWLMC Twitter feed because that's where you will find out what is going on stream-wise. So have yourselves a wonderful night and we will see you next time. Probably when the music loads. Any day now. Honestly.